Yo.
Okay, we don't have that much. We don't have that much delay.
Welcome, welcome back to the greatest podcast on television.
Thank you for coming.
We're your hosts, Joshy and Zeki, and
That's me.
Today's a very special podcast because we're going to be talking about something. This is a topic cast, and we're going to be talking about something pretty special to our hearts and our history as friends. I guess I should specify, we've been friends, for a very long time, but we really became, I guess what you would call best friends when Zach switched into my high school.
Yes.
And that brings us to the sort of main topic of this podcast, our high school memories.
It's, if you remember the school cast from, I don't remember how many casts back, we talked about how BS school is.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about how much we enjoyed high school.
Yeah, and how the 3 sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school were probably some of the best years of my life. So.
I agree.
So I think we should probably explain what we're talking about when we refer to our high school, I guess, to get started. We did not go to a conventional high school. And you may be thinking, oh, maybe you went to a charter school or something. No, we did not go to high school as you would typically frame it. We went to a program. I guess I could say the program. It doesn't really matter. We went to the Florida Atlantic University high school program.
Yes.
This program,
we did.
I guess my easiest way to explain it is in 9th grade, you are in this small building on the edge of campus.
Which I was not there for.
Where you spend all your days miserable. It sucks. It's horrible. It will be the worst year of your life, but it is so worth it. And you pretty much spend all days in this claustrophobic room doing intense work and having probably 6 to 7 hours of homework a night. And it's just miserable. You are working all day and then working all night. You have no free time. It's brutal. It's brutal. And it's
when you went there, wasn't it all one room? There were no walls?
Yes, there were no walls in this building, so everything was one giant room, except for the science room. The science room was walled off.
There are walls nowadays.
Yeah, there's walls for each room, and there's just one hallway in the middle. Everything was open when we were there. So, I guess, but once you get through 9th grade, you just immediately start as a college student at Florida Atlantic University. No, specific classes. No, things like, oh, you're in just high school specific class. No. You will literally just go to FAU, and it counts for your high school credits, too. That's what people don't understand about the program. They're oh, you're probably in, B classes. No, you literally just go to FAU. You're in class with all the other college students.
I don't know if you get this, but all the time I'm asked, so it's so you're, doing college classes, but with high school students. And I'm no.
You have to explain
I am a college student.
Yeah. That's the hardest part to explain to people, I'd say. You're literally, it's hard to explain to people, because, on a technical level, by all means, I started college in 10th grade. I pretty much skipped high school.
I started in 11th.
So, the thing is, we were able to convince, I think I was able to convince Zach to come to our school.
No, do you want to, let's tell the story, since this is supposed to be about stories.
Yes.
About our high school experience.
Yeah.
The first time I ever really considered, so okay, I went to a private religious high school for the first
I went
2
there.
years.
I went to this school for elementary school. It was all encompassing. It was elementary, preschool through high school. So
yeah, I went there from 3rd to 10th grade.
I went there from 3rd through 5th. Just to clarify.
I enjoyed it up until 9th grade. Well, I didn't enjoy middle school, but I enjoyed high school. I enjoyed 9th grade, but 10th grade came around, and there's a compulsory language class in which they did not teach me the language.
Yep.
So I was very close to failing that class, and I decided, and every year it gets harder, and I decided I cannot go to this school anymore because I'm going to fail if I continue here. So that brings us to Geek Fest
2012?
2012, which is a small convention on FAU grounds. And Josh, why'd you invite me to SuperCon in the first place?
SuperCon?
Wait, no, did you invite me to Geek Fest first?
No, I invited... Yes.
Yeah, was that the first convention we ever went to together?
I think so, yeah, because SuperCon 2012 was me, Alberto, Dylan, and Iman, so... Yeah, it was the first convention we ever went to together. I don't know. I really don't remember. I think it was... I really don't remember. The only thing I could possibly think of... Because we weren't really close friends at the time. Like, we were just kind of like... We were friends, but, like, we weren't, like, close.
We were, like, family friends.
Yeah.
Where I'd see you when our families were together.
Yeah.
But we didn't see each other too much otherwise.
I think I probably invited you because I needed someone else who can go, because I wasn't sure. I was going to go with Kiana, but I wasn't sure if she could make it. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm not sure if that was true, so I had to have, like, another friend there so I wouldn't be alone. That probably is the reason. That sounds about right. And
so essentially, fate decided that you needed to bring me to...
Yes, so I invited you, and you gladly complied, and you kind of, like, fell in love with the school that day.
Yeah, because we went to the convention, and it was okay. And then afterward, we, like, went around the school, and we essentially did, like, a normal school day. Right?
Yeah.
And I fell in love, where I was like, I can't go back to school knowing that this exists. I can't go back to normal high school. So I said, like, I'm not going to get my hopes up, but I'm going to apply, and if I get in, I'll go, and if not, I'll stay, or I'll go.
And of course you got in, because you're overqualified.
Am I overqualified?
I'd say so.
There are some really, really smart people at that school.
Yeah, there's some insanely smart people there.
I'm not.
And it's funny because the insanely smart people typically stay at FAU.
That is exactly why they have that program. It's because FAU sucks as a school, but their high school is...
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Like, I grew to love FAU, like, as a school. Like,
okay. So FAU academically is, like, a really shitty school.
Yeah,
but,
I'll explain an exemption after, but, like, yeah, in general, yeah.
Yeah, but it's prestigious for a high school student to go there because it's better than any high school, even though it's a shitty university.
Think about it. Think about it. If you're listening to this, if you were in high school and you had the opportunity to just go straight to college and just have fun a lot, like, you would obviously take it. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like... Yeah, I feel like the people listening to this kind of podcast would be the kind of people that would love that program.
Yeah, so essentially, like, they get a bunch of really smart high school students, and they get them there for 3 years, which is not usually enough to complete a degree unless you work really fast. Mm-hmm. And then those high school students stay for 1 more year, complete their degree, they're insanely smart because they essentially finished they essentially finished college in 1 year. And then they bring up FAU's test scores. And,
so that's the point of the program. But we didn't stay. We just went there just for high school.
The street smart people, like us, and not Taylor.
Taylor stayed.
Yeah, I know.
I respect her for it.
Actually, because she only had like a year left, so and they were pretty much.
She has like a full-time job. Like, she's getting paid like an adult.
What's she doing?
I think she works with kids or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like, she has...
No, we're
We're
all smart, and we went to better schools where we graduate with good degrees, and we had 3 years of college finished.
Yes. It has caused a lot of problems for me, this program, with regards to... The idea... Not a lot of people understand the program. And humans inherently fear the unknown. I guess that's the word. To where if you're
You're right.
dealing with the bureaucracy, and
Which your school is.
if you're dealing with like a really formulaic bureaucracy, and they have to deal with like if they see something relating to this program in their typical like high school, they do not understand it, and have
They
like
just go into full on shutdown panic mode.
yeah, pretty much. That's like the way like everything gets fucked over on your end. To the point where I almost was going to have to take a semester of repeated classes. Which thankfully I did not, but I feel like we should this stuff should be saved for the end, like the aftermath. Like I feel like we should go back and sort of talk about actual memories.
Okay, sure.
But like, wait, what were you saying? Like, what's the path? What were you saying before I got into that? Like,
What path?
you were talking about like, oh yeah, you were talking about like how like you can either stay or leave. And
Yeah,
one of our close friends stayed. She's doing well, but I don't think we're close with anyone else that stayed.
yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like a lot of the people, they really want you to stay, essentially, so you can bump.
I
up
think
FAU
since
scores.
we've left, it's gotten to the point where you're almost not forced to stay, but they will refuse to give you help if you're leaving.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like if Josh wants to go to Mr. Kelly for like help on applying to colleges, he's not getting that.
Well, I
don't
think Kelly liked me, so
Yeah. I think Kelly hated me. I mean, okay, so we should probably talk
yeah,
about Kelly.
I agree. Yes, so
Um,
he had an advisor named Kelly.
That's his last
And-
name. David Kelly, I think is his
No,
name.
you don't need to say that, but okay. I mean, I guess anyone. Does he even work there anymore?
He does, but does it matter?
I mean,
Is he
probably
ever going to
not.
find this podcast?
And
And-
I'm really only.
And even if he does,
Yeah.
I'm never going to go to that school again, so it literally doesn't matter.
Hopefully, this does not reflect.
Yeah, we're not
poorly
going
on
to
my
bad
brother.
talk him. He's still a good guidance counselor. Like,
I mean, we're gonna bad talk him a little bit.
yeah, but like if you're listening to this, we're not like we don't like we respect you still. Like we think you're in like fuck. We wrote ourselves into a corner.
Hey, you did this, not me.
Should we just edit that part out?
If you want to. I'm not
Okay, we're-
editing this, so.
Okay,
make the
let's
call.
let's keep going. Let's power through this. We dug our own
All right.
grave. Let's power through this.
All right, so our advisor is essentially not really an advisor, but the main point of his job is to keep us at FAU.
Yeah. Academic
so-
advisor is simply a title.
Pretty much. Just like your advisors at your school are there just to make it as hard as possible to ever leave.
Yeah. And honestly, if that was his actual job, he did a great job with a lot of students. There's a lot of
That is
students
his
who
job.
stayed and did it well. However, he would intentionally withhold forms. He would take really long times, not read emails, simply if it was going to get me closer to getting into a school that wasn't FAU.
Yeah.
But he's a nice guy. I can't say
Yeah.
that he's not a nice guy. Like he's just doing
Like,
his job.
that's-
Like
Yeah, this is his job. I can't hate him for
Yeah.
doing it because it's not like he's doing anything wrong. He's doing a very good job of
Yeah.
keeping people there.
Mhm.
But like when you actually need a response and he doesn't respond,
Yeah.
or like forgets or loses your stuff.
Yeah, then it's a
happens.
problem. Should I even like talk about ninth grade in detail, or should we just move on to when you got there?
I don't think it's that interesting, right? It's just a lot of work for a year.
It's miserable. It's miserable. But I should sort of explain the first year before you got there, though, like what it was like for me, I guess. A lonely horseman.
Lonely horseman. All right.
So in ninth grade, I have to talk about ninth grade to understand the situation. I was my two like main friends were a young chap named Hiram, and
He's a person.
and our friend Taylor, who we were talking about before. They were like, I had become friends with Taylor because Alberto was friends with Taylor in middle school. And so I knew who she was. I wasn't friends with her, but like it was like sort of a mutual person we knew. So it was a talking point. And then we became friends because also like it was sort of like Haram was friends with her too, so like kind of fit well. So like we were pretty much like the trio. Like we like that was our like ninth grade trio. We hung out when we could because there was no fucking time. But it was sort of after ninth grade, Haram left because his parents move around a lot for like work or whatever. So he ended up leaving after the hard part and not getting any of the reward, which sucked. But yeah, so when I started 10th grade, pretty much my only friend was Taylor. And what happened was I was really big into Harry Potter at the time. Like it was sort of like I was really big into it in elementary and middle school, got out of it for like most of ninth grade, and then got really hard back into it, like the end of ninth grade, beginning of 10th grade. And
Was that when the last movies were coming out?
No, it was like a little bit after that, but like a couple years after that. But I was super hardcore. It was pretty much like everything I did was like centered around Harry Potter at the time. So me, Haram, and Taylor started a Harry Potter Facebook page. Called "We Can't All Be Gryffindors," which was a great Facebook page if you're a fan of Harry Potter. Didn't really receive the success until it died, which is interesting. It's like a famous artist, how Vincent Van Gogh, where like they like die poor and then they like get really popular after they die. That's on our Facebook page. After we stopped it, it got like 2,000 likes. So, but anyway, so that's not even the point. Eventually it got to the point where we sort of wanted to do more with it than we could do in the time we had. So we needed another admin on the page. And so we posted on our personal Facebooks asking, hey, who would want to be an admin on this page? And we described the page and everything. And Kiana responded. And she sort of was like, hey, I go to your high school. We didn't really know her that well, but like she was like, hey, I go to your high school. I'd love to help out. So sure. So we had like we like met her on campus and everything. We talked about it. So then we became friends, and then we met some of Kiana's friends, which included Juliet. Julieta. Who's probably it's funny because out of those three people, I'm probably closest with Juliet now. And it's funny because, like, in 10th, the entirety of 10th grade, I probably said, like, 3 words to her.
I had no idea that that this was how you guys met. I've never heard this story
Really?
before. Yeah.
This is, like, really, like, how I met, like, Juliet sort of knew Taylor a little bit, but it was, like, really, she was more friends with Kiana at the time. And, so...
I just assumed you knew Kiana.
Yeah, so this before. I did not know her in 9th grade. She was in, like, the alternate class, almost. There was, like, almost, like, 2 groups. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how, like, in 5th grade at Donna Klein, there was, like, all the different groups?
Yeah.
There was, like, 2 of those where they all had the same schedule together. And I was in the one with, like, Taylor, and Kiana was in a different one, kind of. So we didn't really, like, commingle. Anyway, but, so yeah, eventually we stopped this whole Facebook page and everything. But, like, we still sort of made friends, and... This is probably where the study room system comes in. Did you want to talk about that, or should I?
You want me to explain the study room system?
Yeah, all sure. Because I feel like I've been talking for a while.
All right, so there's really no place on campus for us to go where, like, where you can get privacy, pretty much. But there aren't. Yeah.
Well, I think the thing is that the thing to remember is that we all still live at home because we're high school. We're high school age. Like, we don't have dorms or apartments to ourselves. So, like, literally when he says privacy, he means, like, privacy amongst friends, like, where you could just hang out and not be around other people.
Yes, yeah. It's pretty much like we needed a dorm room to spend time in together. So the library has this thing called study rooms, which you can take for, or you can, like, you essentially book it for 2 hours. You need 2 or more people, and you can have it for what was it, 6 hours if you renew it every 2 hours.
You can only renew it once, so you got
No,
4 hours.
didn't it start out as you can renew it twice and then it changed?
Oh, it might have been you can renew it twice originally. I don't remember.
Well, yeah, it ended up being you could only have it for 4 hours, and so there was a whole maneuver thing where you had to like get a study room and then renew it and switch it, but you needed different people to switch it because they wouldn't give you one right after you returned it.
Yeah, it was a whole ordeal, and there was like, but
And
that's
if you-
pretty
if
much
you-
what we did. We lived in the study rooms. When
If
we
you
were in
only had one
class.
person in the study room, you'd get kicked out.
If someone
Eventually,
caught
had
you,
the
like if
lights
no one
off-
came up there, you'd have no problem. You had to leave the
Yes.
lights on. It used to be where you could leave the lights off. Like I'd leave the lights off a lot, but like it eventually became, especially in the back side where it's facing the glowing windows. Like you definitely want the lights off, but like it eventually got to the point where they were a lot more strict. They got a lot more stricter about this stuff, and
That was like right as we were leaving.
yeah, one library employee in particular was really, really passionate about like making sure his study room system was in order. And
He really cared about those study room rules. So
Yeah.
we referred to him not only because of his attitude, but he also looked like Mr. Mosby from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
And yeah, we made a lot of jokes about that, but like he would constantly patrol the halls, make sure all the study room rules were in order, no lights off, no singles in the study room.
No single, which is a variation on no running in the lobby from the same show.
Yeah, but and also you couldn't leave the library with study room keys.
Yes.
Like you eventually I figured out that nothing happens if you do. Because I accidentally left it in my pocket when I went to class and didn't return it.
Wow.
Yeah, but nothing. You cannot leave the library with study room keys. So let's say you were really hungry but wanted to keep your room. You'd have to hide it somewhere in a bookshelf.
Yep.
We're telling you our secrets, kids. You have to hide it somewhere in a bookshelf somewhere. Remember where you put it, and come back for it. If someone found it in that time, we put it in like behind books and stuff so no one could really see it. But if someone found it in that time and returned it, you lost your room. So you have to be really careful about putting it in a place where you think no one could really find it unless they're looking. And
I don't think people generally returned other people's study room keys if they found them.
Yeah, so like you'd have to hide it somewhere where you know you can remember it, and then you have to go get your food and come back. Like that's how it would work. But we pretty much, if we were with other people, we were in the study rooms. Like that's how it worked. If you're alone, we would like sit around campus places, maybe outside, maybe in other places around the library.
We all had we all had places where we'd stay if we were alone.
Yeah, but like if you were with another person, you were in the study rooms, and we pretty much lived in those study rooms for a long time, and it was great times. I should. What was I gonna say? I was just gonna clarify something about the study rooms, but I don't remember now. Oh yeah, if you want to study, you do not get a study room.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, if you want to do homework, great. Go for it in the regular general library. At that, there's desks all around. If you think you're gonna go into a study room with other people and do work, you are sadly mistaken. I think I'm correct on that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
And
I feel like that brings us to the time where you visited the school, and that story that we just told, and how eventually you came in and.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Can I have you fix something, please?
Sure. What's wrong?
Go hit Discord settings, in the bottom left.
Okay.
Go to voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then turn down your input sensitivity.
Input sensitivity?
It's like a slider.
Oh, automatically determine. Should I uncheck automatically determine and
Yes.
turn it down?
Yeah.
Okay, what should I turn it down to?
Just like all the way down.
Okay, is this good?
Yes.
A lot better. It's at the bottom.
Yeah, you just kept cutting out. All right, we're back.
Okay, sorry about that. Wait, did you turn off your audio for that?
No.
Okay, good, because I'm just gonna leave it in. I'm too lazy.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. That took like 5 seconds. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so that brings us like probably full circle, and if you want a great indication onto really how this program works, season 1 of the vlog is our
Yeah.
entire, from the summer before senior year to the summer after senior year. It documents our entire senior year in this program. So if you want like a visual and like fun way to like understand this program, definitely go check out the vlog season 1. There's a playlist for it on my channel, my current channel, but it's all mainly on my old channel. So if you want to check it out, go ahead.
I have a playlist on my channel for the entire vlog season 1.
Yeah, so that will really give you a good idea. But I'd say there was like main characters, which I would say are like me, you, Taylor, Juliet, Kiana. Trying to think of other main characters at FAU. Those were like the main characters, right?
Yeah.
But
So
there were a lot
what
of minor characters, though.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really need to list them off. You can go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
What did you want me to explain?
I don't remember.
Something about me getting something.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Was it me getting to the school?
Yeah, like you got to the school, like
So yeah,
I think
got
everything
to
really
this-
took off from there because I really liked you before that, but I feel like this is when we became like sort of like we realized that we're pretty much like the two most compatible people.
Yeah, well, because we really like never saw each other, or we saw each other a couple times a year before
Yeah.
then, because we didn't go to the same school or anything. But now that we go to the same school and we saw each other every day, we we bonded. I don't even remember what we liked back then.
When you first came to the school, I was still big into like the Tumblr core shit. Like, right? That was around that time, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like I was still big into like Doctor Who, Sherlock,
I feel like that
Supernatural,
continued.
all that bullshit.
I feel like that continued for a while though, because
It
you
did.
were on you were on Tumblr every morning.
I feel like I slowly I think senior year was when I slowly started easing out of Tumblr core and more into anime, though. You know what I mean? I feel like Makaku City was probably the transitionary point with that.
Yeah, that was the thing that really got me back into anime as well.
Like I was big into like basic anime when I was in middle school. Like I was obsessed with Naruto. I liked Bleach a lot. Dragon Ball I liked. Like that was like sort of like the kind of anime I was into in middle school. And that was like the anime I sort of grew up with, I guess, in a way. But like I really got into like I was very big into like Tumblr core at first, like with like like the big three Doctor Who, Sherlock, Supernatural, all that shit. I liked I was still into Harry Potter a lot. But like that was pretty much like my obsessions. But I feel like I think Makaku City was the turn because I did watch Attack on Titan, but I would still count that as Tumblr core.
Yeah, so for like pretty much no reason at all, I just sat down one day and watched Makaku City after not having watched anime in quite a while, and I really love that show.
Did I watch Makaku City in the beginning of senior year, like right, like the very beginning of senior year, right?
Yeah, probably. So what did we even do the year before that?
I was actually going to talk about that. Junior year, I was still pretty big Tumblr core person. I feel like we still had enough in common in terms of like funny YouTube videos and stuff like that to where we could still like we're very compatible. Like we started to realize we had the same sense of humor.
Yeah.
For the most part, and we would watch the same comedy shows and we would watch the same YouTube kind of stuff. So that was like what we had in common before, like
when we disagree on like humor, we really disagree.
Yeah. But there's like a lot of stuff that, for the most part, we're very like compatible in terms of humor, and that was like pretty much our big gist. And the thing is, I feel like we were like very close friends for the first half of junior year when you came, but I feel like the true like test of our friendship was the second half of junior year, in which, long story short, because I don't even know the whole details already. Long story short, all of our friends abandoned us, and it was just me and Zach pretty much the whole second semester of junior year.
Yeah, that
And
happened.
honestly, it was still a great semester. I still had a great time. But then senior year, the friends that were true friends apologized and came back. But I feel like that's when we sort of like, I don't know, I guess bonded the most. Bonded with me, Jimmy.
So, like, because we have the vlog, I remember a bunch of stuff from that year a lot more clearly.
Senior
You can
year?
go back and rewatch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
senior year is definitely the year I remember most vividly and I have the most memories from. I honestly, like, I do remember stuff. Senior year is where I can really remember specific events because of the vlog. Sophomore and junior year, I remember, like, eras and general things that were happening, but I can't remember really specific things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember more of the academics from those years, though.
Like, what were we even into? Like, I mean, I know what you were in. You were into, like, Doctor Who and stuff. But I legitimately do not remember what I enjoyed back then.
I'm trying to remember what we were into.
Might have been, like, Adult Swim.
I liked Adult Swim too. That was when you first showed me Rick and Morty, right?
Probably.
The second half of junior year. And Eric Andre show.
Yeah, that's a great show. It's going on right now.
I gotta watch this season. I saw that picture. We'll be right back, and it shows Hannibal Buress just kicking some guy in the face.
Oh, that show is hilarious. Definitely stands from junior year.
Yeah. Was there anything you were into that you're not into now?
I legitimately can't remember like what I was into.
But yeah, I got into anime and ponies around the same time. I fell out of ponies as Digi fell out of ponies, like around the same time. Like we sort of faded out together. Because he was sort of like the driving force that was keeping me going through ponies, and sort of like we sort of doing a lot. I've recently gotten back into it, but like, yeah, and then I sort of like fully fell into anime, like literally like, I'd say like, sort of second half of first half of senior year was when I like really fell into it, and like sort of the second half of senior year was all anime. You know what I mean? That's like what we were into together, and obviously the YouTube comedy and stuff still stands, like Mega 64 and stuff like that.
Yes.
Mega 64.
That's what we were into, right?
Well, no, we got into Mega 64 first week of senior year.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
silly. It was first week of senior year.
What were we even watching before then? I can't remember.
I got into Steven Vlog second semester of junior year.
We should dig up some records and stuff from like that era.
Yeah, I agree. Twitch Plays Pokemon was second half of junior year.
Yeah, it was. I guess I think I was really into like Twitch and speedrunning back then.
Yeah, you still are, but yeah, but
I don't get out of things.
I mean, I still I still think Doctor Who and Sherlock are like great shows, and I still love them. I just don't think about them pretty much at all anymore. You know what I mean? Like I'll watch them when they're on, obviously, and they're great still, but like I don't think about them as much.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Supernatural, I don't give a shit about. Fuck that shit. It sucks.
It does.
But yeah, but that's one of my favorite. Honestly, my most fond memories of like high school is when Doctor Who, I think it was season 8, was coming out. Each week we'd all get together and watch at one of our houses. We'd rotate houses, and each week we'd all get together and watch the new episode.
Yeah, I never really gave a shit about Doctor Who, but
it was
so much
still
fun.
Yeah, like every week we do it. We'd always order pizza. I remember this. Like, it was great. Like good times. I'd say senior year of high school is probably one of the best years of my life. Like overall, like I'd say 2015 was overall the greatest year of my life. Period. I'd say the best school year, 2015.
2014.
No, because we graduated in 2015.
We graduated like early 2015.
Graduated in like May.
It was the 2014 to 2015 year.
I'm getting to that. I'm saying my overall best school year ever was 2014, 2015.
Your second half of 2015 was not good.
No, my second half of 2015 was good. It's the first half of 2016 that wasn't good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd say. Like, 2014, 2015 school year, best school year, hands down. Would you agree, or?
I'm gonna agree.
Do you? Yeah. Like, so many good memories. And I feel like the memories are almost amplified because of the vlog, and I feel like that was a great decision on my end.
That was such an amazing decision.
We still watch all the vlogs, like, regularly.
I don't think we would be nearly as close if we didn't make the vlog, right?
I agree. Like, I feel like it's sort of, like, it really, like, solidified. When did you become friends? When did I combine Alberto with you guys? Great strategic maneuver on my end.
That was, yeah. Probably sometime we were over your house.
Oh, I think I remember. It was, I think towards the very end of junior year, like, semester was coming to near, it was like April of junior year. It was Alberto's birthday, and I asked if you could come, because we were, like, really close at the end. He said, yeah, sure, I'd love to meet Zach. I think that was the start, and you just started coming over.
What'd we do?
Because if you think about it, like,
no,
day 2 of the vlog, my little E3 was probably the second or third time you ever went over to Alberto's.
Yeah.
And now it's like, we're like, me, you, and Alberto are pretty much the trio.
Yeah, I remember there was a period where, like, it was a little weird for me to be alone with Alberto. But now now he is legitimately one of my closest friends. And
it's so weird.
Right? How quickly things change.
I strategically, like, I'm like, okay, wouldn't it be great if all of my friends were all, like, one group? Doesn't work out all the time. It does not work out in college. Do not do that in college. But, if you, like, in high school, that was a great idea on my end, I think. Like, I'm very happy with myself for, like, maneuvering that.
It really helped that Alberto lived, like, literally a
minute walk from my house.
Yeah.
And
but he could also drive.
I feel like, and it started really, like, senior year was when Alberto started, like, sort of picking us up from school, and we would all hang out all, like, the rest of the day and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
Was that senior year? Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
I don't think we really drove places before then. We only saw each other at school.
Yeah, like, we didn't really meet up outside of school. Which is stark contrast to senior year, where you pretty much, like, every Friday, like a weekend day, we were hanging out, like, right? In senior year.
that was a really tiring. that was such a tiring year.
It's still, I have the most memories in that because of the vlog, like, definitely. Like, I feel like that's what really revved it up.
Yeah, I think that summer, I think we'd pretty much see each other every other day, or like 2 out of 3 days in a row, and it'd be like a cycle where we'd see each other for 2 days and then break for a day and then come back together for 2 days.
Yeah, I think that's the case. There's also, like, so many good cons during this whole high school, like, season, like,
yeah, we
Magic
started
City
going to conventions together.
Yeah, that was really another thing. Like, I invited you to SuperCon, Geek Best Friends, and I invited you to SuperCon before you came to the school, right?
Like,
I invited you to SuperCon 20. Yeah, you went to Geek Fest 2012, which was in like October 2012, and then Geek Fest, and then you went to SuperCon 2013. SuperCon 2013 was your first like real con.
Have I only been to 3 SuperCons?
2013, 2014, 2015.
No,
2016.
I've been to
4.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, my first SuperCon 2013 was your first introduction to cons, like really, like you went to Geek Fest, but like, you know what I mean. And then we pretty much we knew we were the con partners.
We were the
like,
con men.
Yeah, cons were pretty much a very big part of our like high school time. Like we went to every con in the area, pretty much.
We were not the con men yet. We were the con boys.
Yeah.
The con boys.
I feel like we
would roll up together to SuperCon, and
we went to every con in like South Florida, pretty much.
Yeah, like
we went to all the small ones, all the big ones. Like we were big into that.
Yes.
We're still big into the South Florida con circuit, even though we don't live in South Florida anymore. Because I still follow everyone from that circuit, pretty much.
Yeah, cons are so much fun as friends, and
I feel
even
like
fun alone.
Going to cons is my favorite thing. Cons and theme parks.
I really wish I could recapture the feeling of like my first couple of cons, where it was like sensory.
It's funny because SuperCon 2013, the first big con Zach ever went to, was a really shitty con for me. Like
it was me, you, and Dylan, right?
It was a lot more than that. It was Alberto, Dylan, you, me.
Oh,
Iman wasn't there. Was he? I don't remember. And Alan.
Yeah.
And Josh. And Maxwell.
No,
Maxwell.
Wait, were they? I don't remember seeing Josh. Wait, was
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Josh. Because we weren't like friends with Josh yet. I remember. It was me, you, Dylan, Alberto, Alan.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Was that the one where Hussey was there?
Yes.
Or was that?
And that was right before. No, that was the one where Hussey was there. 2013. Was it? Ah.
No.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was 2013 because of the comic book battle where the horn people were like in front of the stage. He's like, "What the fuck is Homestuck?" God. I made this stupid decision of my naive, like, young con self, where I thought, oh, I've heard of this person, so I have to go to their panel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I made the naive decision. Now I don't even go to panels for some of my favorite people, because I've learned that panels aren't what makes the con. But, panels are great. Like, but, what I did is I got there and immediately... First of all, we were late. We got there at 12 and we were supposed to get there at like 10.
Why?
Didn't Alan like take an hour to get like... Wasn't he an hour late or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
But so like first of all, I decided to make the genius decision to go to a panel right away when I got there for someone I didn't care about that much and sit in the same seat for 3 hours, probably 3.5 to 4 with the time in between of just waiting for panels and watching panels.
You say that
by the time I got...
You say that like it's a lot.
But the thing is, by the time I got out of that panel, I had 2 hours left at the con. Because this is when we didn't go for multiple days yet.
Yeah.
So by the time I got out the last time, I had 2 hours left. I was with Dylan. Dylan found me at that point, and he didn't get that you could walk around the con without your whole group. Like, I understood that by that point, but he thought you needed to be with your whole group. So I'm like, okay, they're not here. We're not be able to find them. They're not picking up their phone. Let's just have a good time and walk around, right? And he was adamant that we find everyone else. So we were pretty much stuck finding everyone. By the time we found you, we had about 45 minutes left at the con.
That sucks.
Yeah, so you could see where my SuperCon 2013 sucked. But yours was probably amazing.
Was that the one where Hot Take
That was Hussey.
and Hussey.
Yes, that was
there.
when we didn't know Hot Diggity Demon was going to be there. We were like, wait, is that Hot Diggity Demon?
Yeah, I walked past and I kept trying to look. I'm like, I think Hot Diggity Demon is over there. You guys are like,
see,
no,
I didn't know.
there's no
I
way.
didn't. I wasn't into ponies yet, so I didn't know who Hot Diggity Demon was. That got me in. Like you meeting them and being so passionate about meeting him got me into his stuff.
It was me and Alberto, right? We were really excited.
Yeah, you guys were like freaking out, and then the rest of us like, okay, and then we got into Hot Diggity Demon.
.com.
Still don't know if he's a racist or not.
He's not racist.
Is he a neo-Nazi?
He's if you watch his brain dump videos, he makes it clear like he's really not. He's just bald and has a cat named Adolf.
When you put it that way. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Can you talk and keep them entertained?
What should I talk about?
Any school memories?
All right, bye. So, Josh says he was in that seat for 3 hours, like it was a long time. Man, when I went to PAX East this year, it was this year, I sat in panels for like 12 hours in one day, in lines. But it was literally, I went to 3 panels and 3 lines, and it took up my whole day, start to finish, and it was awesome. I don't know what Josh is complaining about. Welcome back.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, so I just realized we probably should have done a separate high school memories and con memories podcast.
No, this is intertwined, right? This is
Yeah, they're definitely intertwined because the cons were a big part of our later high school experience.
I feel like we have so much more to talk about cons. It doesn't matter that we're explaining the basics here.
Yeah, like
I could talk about any single convention alone for podcast length.
for a whole, yeah, we could, yeah. But I also feel like so what were you saying while I was gone?
I was not bad mouthing you.
What were you saying, Zach?
No, I was talking about how I was in panels for like 12 hours at PAX.
Yeah, that yeah. I feel like that would be great though, because you had like a whole day before that to do the show floor, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. That was before we learned though that you need, if you want to go to a con, you need to go at least 2 days. Like, honestly, I feel like 3 days is ideal. However, 2 days is fine.
I'm pretty excited for any future cons since they are like half an hour away from where I live. We can literally go every single day and we don't even need a hotel room. We can just stay in my place.
I finally found out I'm going to be going to Magic City. It's only going to be for 1 day, but that's fine because I'm there like on business. You know what I mean? Like,
you are there to meet 2 people, right?
I'm there to meet 2 people. I'm obviously going to say hi to Dana and Guy, and then I'm going to leave. Like, literally, that's like what I'm going to do. I think my dad's going.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You said
Still
your dad...
can't tell if he's serious or not,
Huh?
but I think he legitimately wants to go.
I think you should definitely try to get him to go because I think he wants to go. Is what's happening here. He's trying to say like, oh, you can't go alone, but he wants.
No, because he was saying he's like, is it just going to be anime, or is there going to be like Star Trek and like old movie people too? And I'm like, there's gonna be that people too. And he's like, okay, then I want to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he wants to go.
Because that's like, like that's stuff he likes. Like he would like, yeah, but
I feel like he would make a good addition into the Convoys group.
I just remembered like SuperCon 2009, my first con ever memories. It was me and Aaron. When we were kids, both of our dads wanted to go, so they took us. That's literally what happened. But his dad, and Aaron's dad, and my dad, they found like an old like 70s porn star that they used to like a woman, and they were like at her booth for like an hour.
That's
while me and Aaron like wandered around. Yeah, but I remember that. But
I really like meeting stars that really only you know, but you really like them.
Like Dana and Guy Hutchinson, like I now have become a fan of their work, but like I'm a fan of just them as people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. because they
Like,
come to all the Florida conventions and we see them all the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, like, they're literally, like, I'm a fan of their person, like, their characters to me, almost.
let's explain how we got into Dana Snyder. How we got into them. It was...
You were into him because of Aqua Teen, right?
Yes, I initially left a panel to go meet him, and...
This was SuperCon 2014, probably, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe.
That was where we met, Ashley Birch.
No, this was 2013. It was in the old
Oh,
place.
really?
It was in the old convention center.
Oh, okay. And then I remember I was introduced. Magic City 2015, we went to this, like, general, I think it was like just a general Magic City panel or something. And there was a bunch of people on it. And Dana was on it, and I thought he was, like, the funniest guy ever. Like, I was just watching this, and you knew who he was. You're like, yeah, obviously he's funny. He's Dana fucking Snyder. You're like,
Yeah.
that's who you were like, pretty much. And I'm like, this guy, this is like, changing my life. I'm like, this guy's a comedy genius. I'm like, holy shit. And then I went to meet him. Like, I knew I had to meet him. So we actually, like, went to his booth and met him and everything. You knew him already, but, like, that was when I met him. I don't know if Alberto was there that time.
I think I've seen Dana every single year, and or every single convention he's been to that I've been to, and that first time I met him, I was probably like, it was my first convention, my first like big convention ever, so I was like timid little, like shivering.
Now we literally go up to him and we're
Zach.
like, hey, bro.
Yeah, and then like.
He made fun of how casual we were going up to him last time. Like, we went up, like, we're like, okay, he's not a guest anymore, he's our friend. Like, that's pretty much our mentality going up to him.
Yeah, pretty
Like, we're
much.
like, hey, how's it going, what's up? And he's like made fun of us, like, that's how casual we were. But, yeah, so that night he was holding, like, a comedy show, pretty much, called Drunk on Disney. Introduction, great podcast, by the way. Well, I've been listening to Drunk on Disney every week since, like, for a while now. But, so it was him, his friend Guy Hutchinson, and a couple other people now who I know who they are now. It was the guy that dressed up as that old woman in the variety show.
Okay.
It was, and there, I think, Bart Scott, who is another guy on the podcast, was there too. I don't remember if there was any other people though.
And that live podcast was fucking hilarious. It was like
That
2
was,
hours long.
You guys helped me. You guys convinced me to go because I wanted to go to the rave for some reason. Like, I don't know.
They were down there in the rave sticking glow sticks. Who knows where? We were in the cool place. The Dana Snyder
but
panel.
honestly, like it was a magical night. Go check out Alberto's panel if you would like to see video of that.
Yeah, Alberto.
I think we also have
on
some
the
of it in
stage.
the Magic City vlog, yeah. But then every year since then, we pretty much like Dana Snyder and Guy Hutchinson are like staples of like SuperCon, that con circuit, I guess.
I agree.
Yeah, but like so like they became staples of that, and like they're like they're almost friends in a way at the con. They do not know us by name. There's no way they know our names, but like I feel like they know us by face now at this point. Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like I don't know about Guy, but if we go up to Dana, like, he'll be like, it's you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They definitely know us by face and not by name. Maybe they know us as the
And there's also what's her name?
Lisa
Festival.
something.
God. Literally, AKA Adult Juliet.
The face of Festival Flea Market. No one else gets this joke. If you don't live like in South Florida, this is not funny to you at all.
Yeah, but I think I found a way to transition back from cons to high school.
How?
Bringing us back to Zach's brother.
Oh yeah.
You're probably the only one that's listening to this, honestly, because you listen to these.
Does he actually listen to these?
Yeah. I think he does. I think. I don't know. I think he does because he sent me texts about the podcast, like things I've said on the podcast before.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh. So we're going to talk about you now.
So Josh started accompanying us to cons at some point.
I think what happened was the first Animate 2014, like very beginning. So it was still junior year. Me and you were gonna go to Animate Miami, but I think your mom asked if we could take Josh too.
Yes.
Because he wanted to go and didn't have anyone to go with us. So we said fine. And that was when he sort of started. That was the first when he started joining us, hanging out with us. Like, that was when he first became part of our crew. So he was sort of like our... And then eventually he got completely ingrained in our crew. To the point where everything we did out of school, he was there pretty much. And it got to the point where pretty much like he was our sort of disciple.
The disciple.
He was a disciple of us, pretty much. Think about it, because now he's continuing our good work at FAU.
That sounds
like.
About
Did you
right.
Did you see the Luigi episode 3?
No.
He's hiding study room keys, pretending to be puddles in the hallways of the FAU library. Like, he's continuing.
Man,
I didn't
even know this was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go subscribe. What's his channel? Oh,
the Poster Peruser. Or something like that.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, yeah, like, yeah. Oh, man, that was... I probably got into Homestuck early junior year. I was big into Homestuck junior year. I just remembered that because a video came up. That was a Homestuck video I liked in junior year.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't remember what I was into that around that time. Like, probably Twitch. But like going to that high school, you tend to visit the same place every day and like have a schedule. So we ended up going to like Dunkin' Donuts every single morning to get a big fucking coffee. Since
Dunkin' Donuts is still and probably always will be my favorite coffee place. It's not a donut place to me; it's a coffee place to me. Like, I like their donuts are good, but I'm not a big donut person. Like, it got to the point where we literally were just, like, they knew us there. Like, they knew us at donuts. And I love that feeling when, like, you know what I mean?
That was the most, it was the most I've ever been a regular somewhere, to the point where I walked up, they had my order punched into the cash register, I gave them my money, and they handed me the drink in, like, one fluid motion.
Yeah, it got to the point, because, this was before I started making coffee at home. This was, like, before... Because I was still, like, a high school student being driven to there and everything. So it became regular, like, hey, I'm going to spend my money on coffee every day. And, but yeah, like... I don't know, I feel like just that whole FAU... I feel like Dunkin's, like, sort of a small-scale representation of the whole feeling I felt there, to the point where it was the most comfortable I got. Because it was the longest I stayed at one place, like, regularly. It was 4 years of my life. You know what I mean? Like, where I was just, like, FAU pretty much became the most, like, I guess, comfortable I got with a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, going to FAU, taking classes, coming home at night, but eventually it got better, I'd say, when you got there, and it sort of started, like, flowing when we tied Alberto into where Alberto would pick us up from school a lot, because he went to school in the area. We'd hang out, we'd go out to dinner, stuff like that, like, doing all that stuff. On the weekends, we'd hang out all the time. Then we also had our school friends, stuff like that, and still going to classes there and everything. Like, that lifestyle was, like, I got so used to it that it was very jarring when I graduated, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean... I wasn't too upset to graduate, but it kind of hit me.
I wasn't upset.
Right? Like, it didn't hit me for a while, but it's like, I'm not going to be able to... It didn't hit me
at graduation.
Yeah, but, like, it didn't hit me until, like, well after it, where it's like, I'm probably, like, a month until we had to leave for, like, university, and I was moving, I was moving to a different corner of the country, and I realized like I'm not going to be able to spend any day that I want with my friends.
Yeah, and I feel like it really hit me when I went to summer semester before everyone else. Like, I did summer semester that summer, and everyone was still back at home. But it was like, it was weird to like have to call and check in on the group from home. Not like like I still felt like I was definitely part of that. That was when we made the group chat, and I feel like the group chat is a pivotal part of how we all still keep in touch. The initial group chat members were me, you, Alberto, Taylor, and Juliet. It's now me, you, Alberto, Jen, and Juliet, right?
Yes, I don't remember.
No,
why Taylor
Juliet
dropped
wasn't
out.
in the original group chat, was she?
She
Yeah,
was.
she was. Taylor dropped out when we moved from messaging to Kik.
I don't know why.
She, because she was getting in trouble with her at work or something. Excuses.
Hey, she's free to rejoin if she really wants.
Yeah, if she ever wants to. Jen's the newest member of the group chat. But yeah, like the group chat has really helped like revitalize our like sort of like we still have this bond after all this time.
That was
we're all still
really good.
close.
When we came up with that at Rapids, right? I feel like I remember where we were when we came up. We were like, we should have a group chat.
It might have been Rapids. I remember the first time I really used the group chat was when I was before I was too scared to learn the bus system, so I was walking like a half an hour to Publix that were there and back carrying all my stuff. And like I remember during that time I would like text you guys about how miserable I am, and that was like really when I first started realizing like I'm still with these people, you know what I mean, from high school.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I guess
It's
like you guys are still like I've made a lot of friends since then. Some come, some go, and everything. But like, you guys are still probably my best friends. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
not to be all sentimental and sappy about like you, Alberto, Juliet, you too. Yeah, to an extent.
I mean,
and
I
like
have,
everything. Like
I have friends here, but I don't feel like it's
Me too.
anywhere near as close as you guys.
yeah.
And
I
whenever
don't know. I feel like
whenever we get back from breaks, we see each other
Hang out
for
all the
like
time.
a majority of our time, and we totally burn
Yeah.
ourselves out.
and then we're like, fuck these people. Let's go back.
And
You know what I
then
mean?
and then we go back and we don't talk for like.
The thing is, me and you text like to the equivalent as if we were with each other, pretty much,
Yeah.
like every like
But like
all day.
But like vocal conversations really don't happen until like a month after
Mhm.
we all get back and settled in, and then they get more and more
Mhm.
frequent until we all see each other again.
Yep.
Right. Like we were talking like every day before I came back from the summer.
What do you mean?
Huh? Like
I'm sorry, I got lost.
like
I'm
last
confused
year,
now.
when I was when the second semester of this school was about to finish, right? We were talking
Okay.
like every day on Skype, like me, you, and Alberto.
Oh, before you came back for like just this past summer.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're saying. Yeah, that's when we started the podcast.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because
But,
we were talking so much.
Yeah, we're like, why not record this?
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, another big thing is really that we touched on this a little bit, but Mega 64 really carried us through our senior year of high school, kind of.
That's 100%
like
true.
the vlog was inspired by Steven Vlog, but it was progressed by Mega 64, I'd say.
And now our content
Like
creation.
Steven Vlog is procrastinators pretty much.
Yeah, would you
Like,
say that like everything we get into shapes the way, like massively shapes
Yeah.
the way that we produce
I
content?
was big into like I discovered Steven Vlog through Chugga Conroy. How most people discover Steven Vlog, to be honest. But I discovered Steven Vlog through Chugga Conroy, and he inspired me to do the vlog. And early on into the vlog, I discovered Mega 64, which shaped the style of the vlog for pretty much that whole year. The whole season pretty much was shaped by the style, the humor, and stuff like that of Mega 64. And that slowly was shaped in Mega 64 TV I'll get to, but I just remember that. But yeah, and that was eventually when I started college, was shaped by the procrastinators.
Well, that was like
And
this
now
year.
I remember the procrastinators started very early this year. Like, I think the first PCP was no, but I knew Guy and I knew who Jesse was. I wasn't a fan yet. I didn't get it yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew who Digi and Guy were before the podcast. Let me look up when the first procrastinators was. But that was this year. That's not really a high school. But I feel like, I don't know, our style of content creation is shaped by like different content creators existing.
I don't think I would have called what we're doing content
First
creation
procrastinators
until like we started watching procrastinators, which are so focused on like creating pieces of media and like doing something with your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first procrastinators was late December 2015. However, I don't think I listened to it until like the week I got back.
Bad.
And then I pretty much convinced you to listen to it.
Yeah, but that was like
you're probably a bigger fan than I am.
Hey, when I get into something, I get into it hard. I go fucking...
Okay, we gotta go back, because we're in, like, college now. We gotta go back to high school.
Yeah, you're right.
But I feel like we're just trying to make a grander point about, like how, like, media
I think
shapes
everything
our
in this
lives.
Yeah, everything in this podcast starts with high school and then continues into our college life. And eventually real life.
I feel like we haven't even touched on academics.
Fuck academics. There's nothing interesting that happened. Right?
No, but the thing is, though, the political science INR department at FAU is eons better than the one I have at UF. Thank God I don't have to take any more classes than the one at UF. Like, the thing is, I still stand by the fact that Professor Kristen Shockley at FAU is the greatest college professor of all time. I will still stand by that fact, and I don't think I will ever change my opinion. And I feel like that's like, I don't know, it's just, FAU isn't like considered to be a great school by most outsiders. However, I do feel like I had the greatest professor I've ever had at that school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one at UF, which is considered by most outsiders to be a great school, has ever topped that professor. And I feel like it's almost like there's these hidden gems in FAU.
I don't see what anyone sees in UF. UF kind of sucks.
Honestly, like, I'm sick of it. Like, to be honest, like it. I don't know. I wouldn't say I made the wrong decision going there, because you can't really. You can't just go back and say, oh, I made the wrong decision, I should have done this instead, because you never know if that would have been better or worse. Like, you literally just have to go on from here. But I would say that it's not what I expect. It's not all what I expected it to be, and that's partly my fault for not, like, handling things the right way. But I don't know. But back on track, like I feel like this symbolizes, like, just for that professor specifically symbolizes how FAU is filled with, like, it's not considered like a great school, but I had a great experience during my time at that school.
Hey, me too.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was also where I learned how to write, because I was initially an English major there.
Yeah.
And I learned how to write short stories and books, and that's my passion in life, and that's what I want to do with my life. So, thank you, FAU, for helping me discover that, I guess.
What else to talk about?
And do you want to tell any specific, like, stories?
I mean, I don't know any, like, off the top of my head. I need something else to remind me of.
I feel like, though, if you want specific stories, you could just watch season 1 of the vlog. It's all just specific high school stories.
Yeah, everything we're going to tell you here
what it is.
Was documented on the vlog.
I mean, everything, like, because I don't remember my specific stories from junior year when you were there, or sophomore year for that matter. Like specific stories are mainly documented on the vlog, but there's also I mean, there was the whole semester where, like, our friends abandoned us, kind of, but that's just one general thing. Like,
that wasn't documented. It's fine.
I feel like the vlog is I don't know. I feel like the vlog is the most proud of I've ever been in a project, even though it's shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's not shit though,
because it doesn't like if any outsider that didn't care was to go on, they would say this is horrible. But that's not the purpose. The purpose is for us to go back and remember. I wanted to document the end of an era. You know what I mean? I wanted to document the final year in the era of our lives where we were like in high school. You know what I mean? Like, that was the goal of the vlog, like to document like the last year, and it's continued now into different forms and different seasons and everything like that. But I still feel like the true essence of the vlog is season 1.
Yeah, I really think season 1 is like de facto speed, like the best. Or it's like, again, it's like a standalone media piece because we record nearly every single day, and it's just a documentary of our life. And then season 2 is like the good events, but you don't get the boring everyday like, oh, we're sitting here and dying.
Season 2 is sort of like sort of almost specials kind of. It's just literally like, it's probably like 20 episodes of just specials. I'd say that's what season 2 is.
Sounds about right.
Hold on. Keep them mentioning. I just got to respond to something.
Yeah, it's because it's like it's pretty much the first season if you cut out all the days where we're not doing anything, where we're not going to events.
Mm-hmm.
And
like, if I'm ever homesick or bored or just want something to like, if I'm just like miserable and want something to make me happy again, I can always go back and watch season 1 of the vlog, and it will.
It's always fun to play vlog roulette.
Oh, or we just watch. I still do that sometimes just for fun at home. Like, literally, like, I'll do that if I'm bored. I love going back and watching, like, the season 1 con vlogs a lot, too.
Yeah, those are wonderful.
Season 2 is, on a technical quality level, better, but it just doesn't have that, it doesn't have that magic. Like, it doesn't have that rewatchability where it's like, oh, capturing an era in my life. Like, season 1 captured a whole era.
It's
all my evolutions, everything in that.
Because like,
season 2 is just sort of like specials. Like I said, it's
everything in season 2 I remember happening, but everything in season 1 I don't necessarily remember happening because it could have just been a day where nothing happened.
You're right. Like, those are the best vlogs, to be honest, where we're just sitting in the sitting room, like fucking with each other.
Pretty much.
You taking the camera, sliding it under the door.
No, you were so sick.
Me having to go out of the room and pick it up.
Oh, that was one of the funniest things I think I've done, and then it got so beaten to death.
I tried to recapture this feel with season 3. That was my goal. Like, I tried to recapture this feel. I don't think it's working out like I planned to. I feel like it will when I get back to UF, but like, it's not working out like I plan to now, mainly because of the camera issue. Like, to be honest, before my camera broke, I was filming a lot. Like, if you saw what's the most recent vlog? Was the most recent vlog I uploaded Downfall of DC?
Yeah, it definitely was.
Okay, the next vlog after that is like the last great vlog where I film like everything almost every day. So you're gonna like that vlog when it comes out, Zach. But like, it's also when you get to know like the actual characters here.
I'm excited.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like, but then after that was when my camera broke, I think.
Why do you got?
Or there was one more after that. It's gotten so bad to the point where like my parents are literally considering switching phone companies because of this whole situation.
Oh yeah, you ordered it and they didn't give it to you.
We have to go through a third-party company now.
The fuck?
To get a new T-Mobile phone.
I'm so sorry.
You see my problem. Yeah, and I'm literally considering just going to like a repair shop and getting my camera fixed at this point. But yeah, like honestly, that was the goal of season 3. I don't know if it's doing it as well, but I also think you can't compare it to season 1 because season 1 was a completely different animal.
They're separate entities.
I am now sort of what you would call an independent adult, where I'm just sort of like living on my own, like in different places, whether it be Gainesville, whether it be DC now, like, and it's different. It's like a different lifestyle. It's a different way of life to where instead of being like cooped up in this library, cooped up on this campus, like with no car, no means of transportation other than your parents, like now you literally just when you're done with class, you don't go to a study room with your friends. You literally just go back to your dorm and either go to sleep, go on your computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like if my camera was working now, I'd probably have a lot to film. But I don't know. It's not really the same this semester, I guess, because of the camera issue. But I feel like, yeah, this is more of like, instead of a high school memories vlog, it's more of a why the vlog season 1 is so great podcast.
The point of this podcast is go watch the vlog season 1 because it's a thing.
Remember, I also discovered your secret. Fuck, that was a little disappointing when I was in
What's secret?
last Chimeco Con, when I found that you guys were making like vlog season 1 box sets.
Oh yeah.
I discovered that. I didn't want to discover that.
I mean,
I was like
it.
It was a little crushed because I saw it. I'm like, wait, what is this? I'm like, no, you know what I mean? I was like upset at myself for accidentally finding it.
I mean, it's
you know
not like it.
I was like, no,
it's
that
not
was
like
a
it
great
really
surprise.
matters. It was. I mean,
I guess
the project got so delayed. It's still not done. Like,
Yep. I feel like overall, like, high school is divided into chunks. There's ninth grade, then there's the before Zack, and then there's the junior. Like, senior year is also a separate chunk because that's the vlog year. But each year could be like divided into chunks pretty much. Like in a way, like there's ninth grade, which is hell. 10th grade, which is sort of like the start of everything. 11th grade's when you came. And then 12th grade's when we started the vlog.
yes.
It's also when Alberto got a lot more integrated into our high school life.
Yeah.
I feel like that coincided with the start of the vlog.
Yeah, like he kind of got mixed
Like-
up in it despite not going to our school.
Yeah, like him and his now ex-girlfriend were pretty much part of like our whole culture, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in a way.
I wish we could
Do you have
spend
any more-
more time together, just like those old days.
Yeah, definitely. Those the thing is though, it's not. I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm trying to think of the right words. You talk while I try to think about how to phrase this.
I mean, I like.
It's not like yeah. I figured out what to say. It's not like it's not like our lives are sucky now. That's not what we're trying to say. Like, my life is great right now. Like, I really, like, love life and everything. It's just that like, year or era, if you want to classify it as more than a year and everything in life, is, like, sort of like that go-to time if you want to remember, hey, these were the good old days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to watch the vlog and be like look back, like, it's almost like what they used to do with home videos, where like adults will go back and watch like their home videos from when they were kids.
It pretty much is a new generation of home videos.
Yeah, like and I'm hoping, I honestly, season 3, I'm trying to bring life back into the vlog, and I'm hoping it suffices that mission. But if not, I can't tell you what the future of the vlog will be. Like, I'd like to say the vlog will go on forever, but I cannot guarantee that, because the vlog isn't about what I'm doing physically. It's about what's going on around me, really, and
If nothing's going on around
Yeah.
you, there's nothing to record.
which isn't necessarily true, because most of season 1 is just us sitting around.
Exactly.
But the thing is, though, the best moments come from when you're just... The best moments aren't the big moments. The best moments are the small little moments that you just remember, like the ultimate battle.
It's the small moments
Like,
that you
stuff
don't
like that.
remember that are captured on film so that you can remember.
Yeah, like, I would... If I never filmed the ultimate battle, just as an example, I would never remember that. I'd have absolutely zero memory of that ever happening. You agree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if, like, there's just so many, like, I can go back and watch the Memorable Moment compilations, and I probably wouldn't remember the majority of that stuff. It wasn't the vlog. When I got stuck under the table, unable to get my jacket off my body, and my...
Hey, I think I remember that. That was hilarious.
That was hilarious. When you were doing the fishy on the table while Taylor was watching Free, and then you hurt yourself and you fell over, and she had no idea. Taylor's different hair eras, where she started off with, like, really long... Were you ever there for her really long hair?
I was there for long hair.
Yeah, she had really long hair. Then she went to
Mid.
somewhat shorter hair. Then she went to extremely short hair, and now she's back to mid.
Oh, she is? I thought she was still extremely short.
Yeah. No, she's back to mid. Yeah, and there's also Juliet's nose bump, which is now the biggest it's ever been.
That was after high school. That didn't start during high school.
Yeah, we discovered the nose bump after high school. But yeah, like, and there's also a lot of the professors were great. That was really great. Like, I enjoyed a lot of my classes. Some classes were shit. Like, math is the worst.
Oh yeah. Math at that school is so bad. Oh good God.
Yeah, but except for Professor Greenberg,
Still.
you got me through math. You got me through math. Like, thank you. I would not be fucking passing math if it weren't for you. But anyway, what else do you think? We've been recording for an hour and 20 minutes, so
Yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Unless you have
sums up, like, it's a broad, like, if you want specifics, go watch the vlog season 1, but I think this is a broad sort of understanding of our high school situation and everything, and how, like, our sort of group in this culture of us, like, started this conglomerate.
And I think it shares a lot about our outlooks on the past and our looking to the future.
Shows my, like, great grandkids the vlog.
Of course they're going to see the vlog.
Do you think YouTube is going to be around, like, when we're older?
I somehow doubt it. Like, think about the sites that were around 10 years ago, and, like, most of them aren't around anymore.
But do you think, like, how do I make sure these videos stand the test of time?
Back them up. I have the full vlog backed up.
Okay. Thank you. Like, because I don't.
No problem.
But, I don't know, I just feel like, it's also, it's the perfect capture. It's like a perfect time capsule of an era in I don't know, in our lives. Like, we can, like, when we're 80 years old, we can just go back and, like, be like, hey. It's funny because you see this, like, old culture now of, like, people going to, like, dinner at 4 o'clock, all these snowbirds coming from, like, up north to downtown and stuff. What do you think our old culture is going to be like? Are we going to still, like, have, like, memes and, like, shit and everything?
Probably. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, are we just going to be the same as we are now, but everyone else is going to be different? Like, the younger people are going to be different, more advanced than we are now, and we're just going to be, like, we're going to be what we look like stuck in our ways, which are actually, like, us now. Like, do you think we're still just going to go on the, like,
I think we're going to stay like we are now, and we will be totally out of touch with the current generation, because they'll be doing whatever they want, whatever they want to do, and we're sitting here like, oh, Harambe, haha. You want to go to IHOP?
How many months until we literally forget what Harambe is?
Hopefully 0 or 1. Did I offend you? I'm sorry.
This podcast goes out to Harambe, Lord and Savior. Second coming happened. We're waiting for the third coming now.
It's going to happen in a convention. Thank you for listening to whatever this podcast is called. I forgot. And catch us back next week when we'll talk about bears.
Good night.